We hecked up. Yeah, we did. But that's in a second. Anyways, hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix, Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and are get the newest version earlier, you can go to Patreon. $5 a month, $54 a year. So, on the last Let's Play, we spent the night at Axel's house, or parents' house, where we kind of learned maybe that him and Russell did a thing, but we were falling asleep at the most inopportune moment. It is weird. And we had a dream. We were in the dungeons again, and Ty was there, and we told him about our relationship with Logan, and he's like, break it off. And we're like, no, because Logan's a nice guy, and if you're one of those jealous people, then I'm not going to be with you. And then I was kind of wondering if it was, one of those connection things, but it wasn't. It was actually our subconscious, who was like, yay, I'm proud of you, me, because you would stand up against a jealous Ty for being a nice guy and stuff like that. Hey, should have more decent people in the world. But at the end of that, they remind me of something that I should have myself remembered, and so did the main character. Because the last couple of episodes was, we went back home after like a tiring day. And then Dom saying, hey, there's a house here probably because the clown's here. And then we went to investigate it. And then he's like, told us everything. And then go to another city to get booze. And we completely forgot to tell Ty and Diego and Dom why we're missing. Though hopefully our cell phone has energy and is switched on. And we're listening for it? Because we didn't tell anybody. So yeah, people are probably gonna be not too happy. Set face. And begin. I sat bolt upright, torn from my dream by the sudden and terrifying realization that I promised Diego that I'd let him know if I wasn't coming home for the night. Only to do it again, the very next night. I knew it was coming. Diego was gonna be pissed. Glancing over to my right-hand side, I saw Axel, who was still sound asleep in his bed, despite the light that flooded through the windows and the sounds of activity coming elsewhere in the house. My first order of business, before anything else, was to grab a vial from the box given to me by Apollo. I uncorked the mixture before pouring it straight down my throat in a bid to minimize contact with my taste buds. It didn't work. Ugh. With my sanity now assured, though at least for today, I reached over to my small pile of belongings and retrieved my phone, hitting the power button to wake the display. Instead, I'm greeted with a dead battery symbol for several seconds before the screen returned to black. Of course my phone was dead. I didn't know what I expected. I hadn't brought my charger with me, but quickly spotted Axel's phone resting upon its nightstand, fully charged and ready to start the long day ahead. I quietly disconnected from his phone before plugging the charger into my own. I hoped that he wouldn't mind, but it was not like he was awake for me to ask him. After a few moments, my phone began booting up. I watched as the symbol went around and around until finally I was deposited on the lock screen. For a few seconds, there's blissful silence from my phone, established its connection to the network as it. But then, I watched this display a frantic flurry of missed calls and unanswered messages came rolling in from various times of the evening and night. I had either missed the first of those messages, or my phone had kicked the bucket sooner than I thought. The vast majority of these were from Diego, as anticipated, but scattered in between was the occasional message from Dom, who I had also promised to keep in touch with, only to fail just as spectacularly in keeping that promise. I took a deep breath, braced myself for absolute lashing that'd be coming my way before finally tapping Diego's photo and hitting the call button. At least it was better late than never, right? I held the phone to my ear as the line began to ring. My head hung low in shame as I anxiously waited. I hadn't expected outright fury. I had expected outright fury, the blasting inferno of rage and anger that's singing my ear all the way through the phone line, but underestimated just how angry Diego would really be. Um, hello? You have 5 seconds to explain yourself before I break your kneecaps. I'm so sorry. I promise not calling you wasn't intentional. I just got caught up in everything and forgot all about it. You could do the lie that's like, you went to go meet somebody to have a talk, then you had to go somewhere else, which, both are true, and then be like, hey, my phone died, which is also true. It's just like, hey, I had to go do this thing, but my phone died, and then I couldn't find a charger until now. If it's any consolation, I promise I'd check in with Dom as well, and didn't. It wasn't just you. I know. Dom told me. Shit, I'm really sorry, Diego. Please don't be mad at me. I ain't mad. Just disappointed. Oh no. Somehow, Diego being disappointed in me was even worse. Part of me wished he'd just yell at me instead. At least that way, it would feel like he was still cared. Planning on telling me what went down? Or am I supposed to guess? Oh, if he wasn't mad at me already, I had little doubt that he would be. It was difficult to explain exactly what I was doing and why without talking to about Apollo's secret. Diego knew too much already, and I was sure that any on-the-spot justification must I could muster would not breeze past him. Sadly, I had no better ideas. Well, I traveled down to Summersville last night to pick up a gift for Ty's birthday today, but I took the last train to get here and couldn't get home. Ended up running to Axel and stayed the night with him. You know you're skipping over the good bit. I know. When you went up to Spencer's place, what'd you find? Well, I knocked on his door, and we got talking. Turns out, he and Ty weren't a thing at all. It's been a big misunderstanding. Right. Then what about what you overheard Ty saying to him? I must have misheard or something. I mean, you could have said they used to be in a relationship, but it didn't work out. Because you could easily just be like, hey, Spencer's kind of one of those weird people who can only just take being around people for so long and then has to dip. And it didn't really work out with Ty due to, different, like, personality differences, which that part's untrue, but still it's like, you know, being like, hey, they care about each other, they just at some point knew they weren't meant for each other? Which, true. Why lie about it, Adrian? It's obvious you're full of shit right now. I knew my bluff had been doomed to fail from the start. Honestly, I had no idea why I even bothered. Instead, I decided to try a different approach. One that, at the very least, might buy me some time. I'm sorry, Diego. The whole thing, it's really complicated, and, well, I don't really know what to say or how to say it. Can I ask for your patience? We'll talk about it tonight back home. That is if you even come home this time. Need time to think of another cover story? No, it's not like that. I promise. Well, I mean, depending on how well Ty's birthday goes today, we might not come home tonight. Right. So what gives with the gift? Are you and Ty back on good terms or something? No, not yet. But I'm hoping this gift will help facilitate that. It's something he's really wanted for a long time. Super hard to track down. Explains why you're in Summersvale, I guess. Yeah, exactly right. When I come back to Woodcrest, I'm hoping to track him down and surprise him with it. Well, good luck with that. If you don't mind, I'm going back to sleep. Oh, shit. Did I wake you? Was that not obvious? I guess there was a lot less yelling than I expected. So I'm saving it for tonight when I'm having a crack at those kneecaps of yours. Great. I look forward to you breaking my kneecaps? You and me both, partner. Diego hung up the call and lowered the phone from my ear. And I lowered the phone from my ear, switching to a messaging app and composing a new message to Dom, explaining my radio silence, or at least trying to, the best I could, without spilling important secrets at any rate. The message read, "Hi Dom, sorry, not dead, just busy. I need some time to process everything I learned. I'll come back to you about it. Sorry for the wait." I sent it off and locked my phone, putting it on the bedside table beside Axel's. As he did, I noticed a pair of blue eyes watching intently from within that cavern of thick and tightly bundled blankets. "Oh, morning, Axel. I hope you don't mind that I use your charger for a bit. I forgot to tell Diego where I was going. Again." Was he angry? "Yeah, he's gonna break my kneecaps." Sounds fun. Yeah. Looking forward to that. I deserve it, though. It's 2 nights in a row right now. I guess if I'm in a wheelchair, it's harder for me to do it again. He's not really gonna break your kneecaps, right? I'd say no, but you never really know with Diego. Oh no. Oh, sorry if I made last night awkward when I talked about, you know. Hmm? Me and Russ. I hope I didn't. Axel, Adolf, boys, are you awake? Breakfast is ready. I hope you're not too tired from last night banging. Oh, be out soon, Mom. Oh, and Adam, honey, your freshly laundered clothes are just outside the door. Just toss what you're wearing in Axel's basket, and I'll look after it. Oh, thanks, Beth. Oh, it is my pleasure, honey. It's not every day that I get to do laundry for such a handsome young man. Well, except when Axel comes to visit. Oh, ho, 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 ho. But can I sniff your clothes? I mean, that doesn't make it awkward, right? I feel sorry for your dad. She doesn't mean it like that, I think. I forgot my feet and approached the doorway once the coast was clear of any Beth-like hobos. My clothes were exactly where she said they would be. I collected them, a potent scent of lavender flooding my nose and making me a little lightheaded as I closed Axel's door once again and absent-mindedly began to strip. He's like, "Yeah, put on a show." Okay, Steven Universe. Though man, it makes him look so much more buff. Just saying. Wait, are we Axel now? It was already a funny sight. Even I didn't fit that shirt anymore. It looked really silly, stretched to fit Adrian's body. I was watching, strictly to contain my laughter, when he began undressing right in front of me. I panicked a little. I didn't know what to do. His shirt was already gone when I spoke up. "Oh, should I look away?" "Oh, sorry. I guess didn't think. Then again, you saw it all at the hot springs, right? We're well past the point of modesty. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not bothered either way. So if that makes you uncomfortable or anything, I can do this in the bathroom instead. Otherwise, I'll just do it here. Your call." Uh, um... I feel bad. It's not that I have had a problem with it or anything. It was just that I couldn't do the same. It's super weird. If only one person does it, right? Ugh. I didn't know what else to do. I know you're uncomfortable with this sort of stuff. Yourself, too. And I guess that's part of why I don't have a problem with doing it myself. I suppose I'm hoping it'll help you build confidence or something. Which is a weird thing to be like, hey, I'm gonna straight in front of you to build confidence. Gah, I'm gone. No, wait, I've gone and made it so much more awkward and comfortable situation. Sorry, Axel. I'm just an idiot. Ignore me embarrassing myself over here. You're not. I appreciate the thought. Heh, thanks, Axel. But you don't need to pretend just to make me feel better or anything. I embarrass myself all the time. A few nights ago, Diego walked in when I was butt-ass naked, finding what I thought was a bug in my pants. It actually turned out to be some cash Diego had returned to me by sneaking it back into my pants. That's a cringe-worthy situation I'll never be able to forget. That's hilarious. Hey, come on now. I'm over here trying to even the playing field, and you're laughing at me. That's not fair. Sorry. It was super hilarious, though. Psh, yeah, I guess you're right. And to Diego's credit, he was laughing with me, not at me. Between that and a bunch of other embarrassing things that have happened since I moved to Woodcrest, maybe I'm starting to develop a thicker skin. Anyway, breakfast is getting cold. Are you okay if I finish up here, or should I excuse myself to the bathroom? What was I supposed to say? If I said I wanted him to continue, I just look like a total perv. But I didn't want him to have to leave my room just for my sake. That wasn't fair. Suddenly, I knew just what to do. If I just pretended not to care, then it wouldn't be inconvenient for him or awkward for us both. Yes, genius, go me. I concentrated all my skills I had developed during this year that I took drama classes when I was 8 and put on the most blank and disinterested expression I could muster. To really sell it, I even picked up my phone and leaned back against the window, pretending I wasn't even paying attention. Aw man, so cool. Oh, whatever. Oh yes, I nailed it. For a moment there, I wondered why I never continued with drama classes, seeing as I definitely had the talent for them. But then, okay then. I guess I got a little ahead of myself, huh? Adrian peered suspiciously at me as he slid my old pair of pants to the ground. What? He hadn't been wearing any underwear. Those are my pants. What's to look for? Oh, right. Sorry. I didn't have any spare underwear and, I don't know, wearing somebody else's is just plain weird. Not to mention, there's no way they'd fit on me anyway. I kinda got a dump truck ass. You and me both, buddy. Dump truck ass? What's that even mean? It's cool. I concentrated super hard to stay in character as Adrian stood naked across the room. But, no, his butt was kinda round. But why do they call it a dump truck ass? I don't understand. I couldn't help it when I whimpered slightly. I tried my best, but it just came out. His balls kept jiggling as he was unfolding laundry. It's so unfair. I can't do this. Next time, he's definitely going to the bathroom. And he can take his dump truck ass with him. Can I use this as a thumbnail? Maybe. It also reminded me to censor stuff. Aw man, you have no idea how good it feels to be back in fitting clothes. I guess living with Diego hasn't been so great for my waistline. What? Now I couldn't help but watch his muscles flex as he stretched his arms to get in his shirt and jacket. Sorry, baby, you stretch. Stop it. Stop being so sexy right now, Adrian. I've had enough problems without you being one too. Alright, time for breakfast. I'm gonna give you some privacy, okay? And I'll let your parents know you'll be out in a few minutes. Okay then. Adrian smiled in my direction before he promptly vanished out the door, closing it firmly behind him, so that I would know that it closed properly. I sighed to myself. I felt really silly. I had nothing to hide, but still couldn't bring myself to do it. And if I had done it in the hot springs, maybe Dom would be more interested in me? Was that even anything to do with it? And what about Russ? Why was this all happening right now? Ugh. I wish I knew what to do. And then she said, I don't know how you do it, girl. And I just said to her, it's called being a good mother, Staffine. Wow, you, sure showed her. I did, didn't I? I'm always glad that you agree, Adam. Clearly, you are almost a man of tremendous intellect. Ooh, my little Axel has chosen so well. Don't you think, dear? Oh yes, absolutely, my dear. Our son has a good eye when it would seem. He does. I only wish he was able to hold on to them. I do miss that sweet Ronald's visits. I wonder what even happened to him. It is a mystery to us all. Morning. Hope I'm not too late. Not at all, honey. Lovely Albert here. Lovely Albert here let us know you're running a bit behind, so waiting for you to join us. One moment, please, everybody. Beth stood up from her chair and skittered over the kitchen counter, where she began to uncover a series of previously prepared plates. Thanks, Adrian. Sleep well, Skipper? Yep, thanks, Da. Your mother was just telling Adrian. Now I'm becoming like her. That story she loves to tell about Stephanie from that old job of hers. Really? That happened like 7 years ago. Sorry you had to listen to it, Adrian. Okay, seriously, your parents aren't the youngest people now. They're kind of getting up there. And even if they aren't getting up there, that is what parents do and grandparents. I still hear like stories from my grandmother about, was it Tommy Sandwich? Or when Dad would pick up vegetables out of the garden after the war, you know? Or how my grandfather would, learned how to swim in certain parts of the world. Because he was in the military. Hey, she's repaying me in breakfast. At least I can do a smile and nod. You're one hell of a quick learner, Adrian. I'm sure you'll do well with a spouse of your own someday. Something, smiling and nodding, will get you a long, long way. You're really selling the married life, Joe. What can I say? I'm living the dream. Love might be blind, but marriage is a real eye-opener. Here we are, my dears. Fresh, delicious pancakes. Butter is in the plastic container in the middle of the table, and the syrups are right next door. Oh, where's the whipped cream? The very best kind as well. Actually, I kind of wonder in this universe, does everybody need, if they're wanting to reproduce, sorry for the reading cards, but anyways, do creatures in this universe can only reproduce with their own species? When they're not infertile or gay or or can they inbreed? Because it is kind of the thing for a universe, it's like you get two different species. They're compatible, or they can do it, and then you get like half of each species. And then there's other things where it's like, well, like in B-stars, where it's like, well, yeah, they tend to keep with one trait, but then there's also the thing where they kind of developed, where they might become one and species and then the other. And then there's, more real life, where it's like, yeah, you can't have a cat and a wolf bang and have, like, cat dog. Beth poked the can of whipped cream on the table in front of us. I didn't quite understand. The very best kind? Yes, indeed, Adrian. And I don't have to whip myself. Especially after Joe broke the last mixer. In my defense, it said dishwasher safe on the box. The attachments, Joe, not the unit itself. Seriously? I don't even know how you'd fit the whole thing in there. Bon appetit, everybody! With the awkward silence dismissed as quickly as it began, the four of us dug into our meals. I started by buttering my pancakes and adding just layer serving of canned whipped cream on top. The final step was to add the syrup. I craned my neck to reach each of the labels on the bottles. Chocolate, butterscotch, scotch, caramel, strawberry, maple, raspberry. May I have that syrup after you, dear? I have just finished. Here you go, Joe. Or here you are, Joe. Thank you, my love. Wow, how did you get them to be perfect circles this time? Kitchen Corner had a once-in-a-lifetime 65% off sale a few weeks ago. I couldn't help myself. I got an all-new cookware set, including a brand new non-stick skillet, which is the perfect size and shape for pancakes. I just let the skillet edges shape the pancakes. Wow, you're so savvy. Aren't I just? It made quite a dent in our savings, but do I look like the kind of gal who would miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime sale? You know, I think I saw an ad on TV saying they've got 75% off all cookware this week. Dude. Kindly excuse me for a moment. There's an important phone call I need to make. Oh dear. I would hate to be the poor retail worker that gets stuck with that call. Last time, I had to deliver them a gift basket by way of an apology. A gift basket? Seriously? Just what the hell did she do to that poor person? Oh, it isn't so bad, really. Our generation was made of sterner stuff. Kids these days take things to heart far more than they should. We're right here, you know. Oh, it's not a bad thing, don't worry. But it's very unhelpful when dealing with my wife. Dad, are you done with that syrup? Oh, yes. Sorry, Skipper. Here you go. Axel began to drench his pancakes in syrup as he beamed away happily, the promise of forthcoming sugar rush relieving any tension that might have been felt in the room. So, Adrian, you'll be taking the 11 a.m. train home, right? Any plans for when you get back home? Yeah, I'm meeting up with my well, actually, it's complicated. But I meet up with this guy I care a lot about. It's his birthday today, and I have a gift for him. An old bottle of whiskey that's been out of production for 2 decades. Quite the rarity. Quite the gift. Do you recall which brand? It's some foreign language I won't even attempt. Here. Reached down to my collection of belongings, resting beside my chair, and retrieved the bottle of whiskey, handed it to Joe for closer inspection. My word, an unknown bottle of a Alle Gut des Pedis de Grand Monterey. And here I thought the world had long been rid of the foul drop. I thought you said you cared about the person. I couldn't think of a crueler trick. That poor man. Sounds to me like you actually loathe him or something fierce. Dad, don't be so rude. Ah, you're right. This isn't my place to say. Here, I'll give it you back. Joe handed the bottle back to me, and I returned it to its original position beside my chair. Would that... I mean, I was gonna be like, would that be expensive bottle since everybody seems to think it's trash, but then it's like, well, there's probably a good lot of bottles of alcohol that's absolute trash, but, you know, worth a fortune because it's rare or uppity. Not uppity, but, like, what's the word for it puts on airs or something, I guess? He specifically requested this. At least, I think it was this. That's what I was told anyway. I hope it's right. Do you happen to have any idea what that language is, or what it means? I'm pretty sure it's one of those old human tongues, extinct for more than 10,000 years now. As for what it says, that is anyone's guess. I doubt there's anybody alive that speaks it, but I'd be willing to wager that the company that produced it didn't have a clue either. It'd be interesting to translate it now that I think about it. But also, is this the first time we've heard about humans? I'm sorry. I thought this was America. But yeah, I don't 100% remember humans being talked about in this universe. Among many other things, like for instance, what a good whiskey tastes like. Dad! Is it really that bad? Utterly vile. Really popular with the older crowd though. Like those foul coof candies crushed up at the bottom of their purse and covered with hair. Ew. It was a different time. These days we're spoiled for choice. But when that drink was at the peak of popularity, practically everything else was just as horrid. You just couldn't be choosy back then, and they weren't. They drink just about anything, no matter how foul it was, just like a ghost. A ghost? Yeah, they'll drink anything with booze. Please kill me. Sorry about that absence, everybody. Goodness, poor agent must think I'm such a rude host. Not at all. How did the phone call go? Well, the first person I spoke to was very unhelpful. I couldn't believe they would treat their customers that way. The nerve. Boy, sounds like Asus. I'm always these days I'm very angry at Asus because they sold me a bad computer and then wouldn't give me a discount, but they're like, hey, we have a warranty, and I sent it to the factory place twice and they just reformatted the hard drive. Didn't fix the hardware. And it wasn't cheap laptop either, it was like $3,000. That's why I moved to desktops. Once they put me through the store manager, I finally started to see some results. They are sending me a voucher for the difference. You see, it's always worth inquiring. Another notch in her quiver. Well done, dearest. You know what they say, the customer is always right. Ho ho ho. I took a moment of silence, out of respect for that poor retail worker. You deserve better, whomever you are, and your sacrifice will be remembered. Oh, Anthony, you haven't taken so much as a bite of your pancakes. Is something wrong? Oh, it just wasn't the same without my favorite flavor of syrup. I could have all the choices in the world, but without that one special flavor, they would all be meaningless. But I was kinda hungry, and it'd be all kinds of rude not to eat just because I'm a syrup snob. Sorry, was just distracted by conversation. Hey, Adrian, I'm done with good syrup if you want it. Sure thing. Axel passed the bottle across the table to me, where I turned it around, inspecting the label. It was passion fruit syrup? Yep, it's delicious. Axel's right, there's none other syrup like it. Maybe I should try that sometime. We go through bottle after bottle in this household, Adrian. We certainly have a family favorite. I looked down again at the bottle in disbelief. People were usually so quick to dismiss passion fruit syrup, yet here sat a family of true passion fruit allies. Had he found my people at long last? It's not for everybody, I understand. There are plenty of other flavors to choose from, if you'd like. I opened the top of the bottle and began saturating my breakfast with the delicious and tangy passion fruit syrup. What began was a coating progressed into a torrential downpour as more and more syrup cascaded down onto my plate, forming a thick layer so thick I could hardly see the pancakes anymore. Goodness, Benjamin, is everything okay? Looks like your guest has proven yet again that he has fantastic taste. A shame we're out of vanilla ice cream. Oh yes, nothing goes better with pancakes and passion fruit syrup than vanilla ice cream. Yep, you people get me. It was strange, until at that point, Beth and Joe had done little little but bicker and take cheap shots at each other. But when it came to their preference in pancake syrups, that was something that the entire family could agree upon. Suddenly, the dramatic shift between Ben and Joe started to make strange sort of sense to me. They had been married a very long time and were well past the point of being polite, or even tolerating the quirks and idiosyncrasies of one another. They bickered like mad, all while firing backhand remarks back and forth with reckless abandon, but this only served to demonstrate how comfortable they had become with one another. Beneath all the bickering and sharpened tongues, it was as though they were soulmates. They loved and shared the kind of love that could weather any storm, endure any trial, overcome any obstacle, a love which made these two completely inseparable. And it was weird as hell. Scene change? Well, I think since we're over time and breakfast is done, that's a good time to call it. Boop. You can't really see it, right? Let's just do this. Boop. So, the end of this Let's Play. So, please comment, cause I like comments, if you like, dislike, tips, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and likes it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow. And please remember to stay and don't know to woo your animals and enjoy the pet population of woo. And if you want to play this game, yeah, it's available for free on its channel. But if you want to support the people that make this game and don't get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon. It's $5 a month, $54 a year. And until next month's week, me, GamerWolfSix, of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. I'm gonna go censor some Husky Deck. So thanks and see ya.